There's a simple explanation for that. Today I'm joined with SuperUnknownPerson.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And we shall be talking about Power Rangers Dino Charge.
There's a super.
And Supercharge, Dino Super Filler Charge.
Yeah. That's where I was about to get into. So basically, what we're going to talk about today is how is Dino Supercharge doing compared to Dino Charge? Is it doing better? Is it a super season? Is it disappointing us? So we're going to give our thoughts on the whole show in a nutshell and compare it to last year's season, Dino Charge.
Can I just point this out? You
what episode are we at right now? 17?
18? I lost count.
Oh, yeah. And 18 is the Rangers were just going to air this Saturday. So at the time of us recording it. And, we are almost done with the season. So thought,
It's sad. It's sad.
Talk about it. Yeah, it's very sad. I enjoy Dino Charge. It's been a great step up.
Who doesn't like a dinosaur gun?
I don't know. I mean, there are some haters on Dino Charge, but
the Super Mega Force haters probably.
Those are just super Sentai purists. So, anyway, let's start with you. What are your current thoughts on Dino Supercharge and how it's doing, and what are your thoughts on it compared to Dino Charge?
Okay, in Dino Charge, they had when they had a storyline, they would drag it on for a few episodes, when in Dino Supercharge, they had this Knight and Heckle storyline of them being combined that was carried on throughout the season, but the fact that in the fourth episode, they revealed that Heckle is Knight.
Oh, yeah. The funny thing about that is
that should have been the mid-season finale.
Yeah, some people were complaining about that, but there's one person that I forget who said it, but shout out to them. He said, hey, we actually have intelligent Rangers. They're finding out that Heckle is Snide in episode 4. I get that because, we've had some pretty dumb Rangers lately.
They're not even intelligent. Because Heckle managed to get behind each one of them without any of the other Rangers knowing. And
I know, but I really finally found out.
Shelby just randomly came in, just in a incredibly at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's does that museum have no security?
I have no idea, but
because you think someone would catch Heckle just putting the whole entire crew of the museum staff asleep.
I have no idea. Maybe that's what he did, and they just showed it off screen. But other than that, what's your thoughts on more of the recent episodes? What do you think of the plot and how handling the Silver Ranger and Lord Arcanon?
They should have kept. What was funny with the Silver Ranger, and this is probably just me, is they should have had a lot not 2-episode thing where it's the 2 episodes just of him being revealed and then on the team. They should have had at least an episode in between that one where it's here's Doomwing, they fight him, he summons the Titanosaur, and then comes back into Xenoring, but he's still in the cockpit, and then Doomwing takes control.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I that would be cool. They just have no footage. It was the rest of the disaster is they were really original with Lord Arc, his guys fight with Snide, because that was the original was just Rangers in the Megazord, and they just did that. So that was pretty cool, and that would be cool too. But they never really filmed any English monster Megazord fights.
They never do the Megazord fights. It's funny because I'm pretty sure they use for the Super Megaforce the cockpit from Ghost Ager. But
Super Megaforce, that's all Japanese. The last time we had an English cockpit was Samurai.
Yeah, They redo the English samurai for the samurai. What's it called? They redo the cockpit for the English one for samurai, not for Megaforce or Super Megaforce. What's funny is, did you notice how both in Samurai Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge, the emblems on the back of behind the Rangers, it's just like Samurai?
Yeah, they probably reused the same place and they just redesigned it.
I wouldn't be so sure because it's like 2 years. They would have just destroyed it.
Well, they also almost kind of demolished the Samurai one because when they were fighting the Megazord against Master Zandra, they were just it was completely destroyed.
Yeah.
But to get back on topic, I would have for the Silver Ranger, I would have preferred if it was a multi-part plot point, because if you shout out to Mr. Ween Productions, he was reviewing Warg World, and he mentioned, or I think he mentioned in his toy review, that they're cramming so much sub B plots into the main plot episodes now. Like, they have a ton of filler episodes, but now they're adding random plots to the main story episodes. Like a Silver Ranger wasn't important as the NZ, or another one with Kaylee, Chase's girlfriend, which is actually an enjoyable plot. But you see what I mean? They're cramming it, and I have no clue why.
The one with Kaylee is interesting because you have her finding out, and then telling Chase, and he goes down to the command center.
And he says, "Hey guys, I have something to tell you." And
then, never again. Just, you think they would continue it.
Because he was interrupted by the Silver Ranger.
That's the thing. They continue.
Kind of cool.
They've kind of been teasing the
Silver Ranger. They've kind of been teasing the Silver Ranger the whole, for 4 episodes. But I don't know. I wish they would handle it better like Dino Charge did.
Yeah. Once they show, like you said, we have intelligent Rangers.
Yes.
Not so intelligent.
Well, somewhat better than what we had before.
Not intelligent. You see, if Troy was the Red Ranger, pretty sure he would have made the connection. That's not the Silver Ranger.
Well, Troy doesn't really have. It's not much that he's not smart or not. He just has no emotion. People compare him to Robo Knight, and Robo Knight has more emotion than Troy.
I've never heard someone say
that. Might have been an actor fault, the actor's fault, or maybe direction. I don't know. Let's not talk about Megaforce.
But it's like there are some Red Rangers that would have made the connection to the Silver Ranger not being the Silver Ranger. Everyone else is like, oh yeah, let's just give him the information, despite him not even being on this world yet.
Well, Kendall was suspicious about it.
And then just drops it immediately.
Well, Kendall was suspicious about it, and then the next episode she was freaking out about the Zords. So they kind of handled that well. I'm more complaining about the subplots they add. And how much filler episodes we've had. And let me just talk for a second about, I want to get more into that. If you compare it to Dino Charge, okay, so we have 10 Rangers we have to fit into the plot, or at least maybe around 8 for Dino Charge they revealed. And what they did for episode 1, they only focused on red and pink. And then in the second episode, they had all the Rangers morph, but they started the episode with green, and then in episode 3, they had a blue Ranger. So they all got their spotlight in time, and they explained everything. And the story with Sledge just finding the Energems and hiring outlaws to get it for him were just really clever in such an original way compared to the Japanese version.
Not even hiring, just like forcing them.
The Japanese version is the monsters are collecting human emotion energy to power their boss. That's so it's really original and really cool.
I feel like that plot line, despite it being in Kyuja, didn't you notice that the Kyuja plotline was similar to the Jungle Fury plotline? The monsters were getting fear to power Daishi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, kind of, but in Kyoryuger,
They were more
they gathered angry energy, sad energy, happy energy, and then later with Singe or Endolf, hatred energy. That's why in Dino Charge you can see random tiki heads and all the monsters that I don't really bother explaining, but it just kind of gives them more of a theme of like they're all the same. The only problem I have with that is that because they all have that tiki head, so he captured random outlaws, but they all like look like they're from the same team. So
they look like the same.
That's just a minor thing.
Except for that interesting fact part of, if you look in the background, you have Necroli in some scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you.
Oh, that's a cameo, right? Is that what season is that from?
No, they just had the costume laying around for Necroli.
No. They had a guy in the costume.
They did?
Yeah, it's not just sitting there. Isn't that what season is that from?
Necroli is from Mystic Force, but
yeah. He was actually just in a cameo, a captured outlaw, and I think I think Heckle destroyed him. Or he didn't destroy him. He destroyed like an RPM monster. He's like, "I'll send you a postcard," and he's like, "Okay," and then shocks him.
Just like, well, continuity. Yeah, well, if you had an RPM monster, we could make the connection that Sledge at one point went through a dimension portal, or was on Earth and took the subway to the RPM's dimension, because apparently you could hop onto a subway.
Oh my god, in Samurai, the Clash of the Red Rangers, like, oh, I'm going back to my dimension. Here's my train. What? No. Like, no. Part of that is it's its own continuity. They say RPM does not exist in the real continuity. It's not another dimension. It's actually a post-apocalyptic world with vengeance.
That's the thing. I didn't like that movie because it's like, it was a good movie, but you don't see the rest of the Rangers ever.
Well, not just that. Scott doesn't demorph. He just goes, I don't want to be polluted by the air. And it's like, there's humans right in front of you. They're not a different species. And you're not from another dimension. You just don't exist in the continuity. But
you don't exist.
It's Neo Saban. It's their mistake. And
it's continuity.
I'm kind of glad they didn't do a Triple Dino team up, because they would probably butcher that too.
No, and they can't do that because Dino Thunder's Disney. And, he hates Disney.
Now that they own Power Rangers, they can actually use it. They just have to pay money probably to Disney or something. Yeah. But I say they would probably butcher it. But now that Chip Lynn is executive producer and Jonathan Tazler is like not there anymore, I don't know if he was fired. I wouldn't be surprised because he did so bad with Super Mega Force. But maybe because I love Chip Lynn. I love what he does. He's done earlier seasons. He's like produced Time Force. Just produced. He was just a small role. And now Dino Supercharge and Dino Charge, this is actually his first ever executive producer position where he writes the episodes. He writes all the episodes with like two other people. And this is his, I'm quoting one of the Dino Charge, because I was watching a Black Nerd comedy interviewing the whole cast. I don't know if you've seen that or heard of him, but yeah, he's really cool. They said, I think Yoshi said this, Dino Charge Blue. He said, this Chip Lynn, this is his first baby, his first season he's created himself, and he's done a great job.
Yeah, I know. So, I actually met Black Nerd Comedy at Power Morphicon.
Oh, you did?
I have two of the exact same black and gold Power Morphicon exclusive figures. Mm-hmm. One of which is signed by, I don't want to say everyone at the convention, but a lot of the actors. MMPR Toys, Chris Catadopoulos, and
so cool.
Black Nerd Comedy.
I want to meet all of them.
And Greg from Bandai, who apparently became friends with my dad really fast.
They'll probably be there. They'll probably be there in 2 years if I go.
You have to go in 2 years.
I want to, because people actually might kind of know me by the time. 2 years maybe?
Well,
you never know.
I recognize
if I don't get
really,
shut down by Saban.
while passing him.
What'd you say?
I recognized Rini from just walking past him.
Oh, that's so great.
So it's
I want
like,
to meet him too. I mean, like in person. I've already talked to him, but I really want to like full on meet him.
yeah.
But in due time.
I want to say that I'm the first official person you cameoed with that you actually met in person, but I could be wrong.
Technically, yeah, because my last podcast I did was Infinite Attitude, and he lives in Chicago.
Yeah.
But yeah. But without a shameless cop out, you can check out Infinite's Attitude with me, special guest star, talk about world.
Just advertisement.
Yeah, or to check out my fan wars, because I think we got we pretty much got our thoughts in. But Supercharge is kind of disappointing comparing to Dino Charge.
Like,
but
I still like it, but it's like they could have made it better. But it's like
Nickelodeon's fault or Saban or something. Chipland might have like.
We can't diss Nickelodeon. Oh, we can, but this like if they see this, we could get shut down. Like
no talent range. No idea why. But speaking of Talent Ranger, I'm actually doing another video where I talk about our thoughts of, like, I heard a rumor that Nickelodeon, the Japanese name of the Talent Ranger, Death Ranger, and they said, a Ranger Killer? Oh, heck no, this is a kid's show. And they said,
oh no, not the kids show thing. Do I need to go over this again?
Not heckle with Fortress blowing up a building is censored. No. Not obvious 9/11 reference right there. They don't care seriously? About that. They care more about the Ranger's name.
That was a 9/11 reference?
People always make that to Power Rangers because Japan, they could show whatever the heck they want. It's not as sensitive.
Yeah, they show not what's his name, Tobospino? No.
Yeah, the Spinosaur.
Not the Spinosaur. The Spinosaur movie. They had a singer like chained up with vines, and it kinda made to some gift impression of well, I'm not allowed to say it online, but but you
can cut it out unless you don't know how to do that.
It's like I know how to cut it out. It's just like
well then just tell me. They won't know.
It's just like it may look sexist. Like
what? Just because what she was wearing?
What she was wearing, you have her literally tied up. Not like normally tied up, just like.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Well, I don't think you need to cut that out, but.
No, but it's like there was another word I wanted to use for it, but I can't.
Well, then we're gonna do a cut right here, so you can tell me. Cut, and we're back.
Okay, that's gonna.
Make sure you actually cut that out.
I could send it to you. You just bleep it.
I don't need to bleep the whole. I would just make sure. I recommend you watch this whole thing again to make sure you don't miss anything, and maybe cut out off topic of if it drags, and just kind of get the main point, our main thoughts in. But anyway, final thoughts. You, Dino Supercharge.
Dino Supercharge. It's a mess. It's a med type series, but it's like they really could have dragged on some of the storylines. Like have Heckle get discovered in the mid-season finale.
Yeah, like episode 8, Riches and Rags.
Have him in the whatever the cave command center, like taking the energems, and then like Coda or Chase, discovers him.
Yeah.
You would think.
I love the scene with Shelby and finding out Snide, but yeah, that could have been maybe have it a little bit later.
I think the funniest part of all that that whole entire episode was when his tattoo starts to glow, and he goes into the kitchen and all Chase says is, "Hello, Heckle."
Mm-hmm.
just like, and then it's like, not, are you okay? It's like, wait, why is your tattoo glowing? Just hello, Heckle, and then fall. There's a girl out there that wants your number. I'm like, cool. Can we just go for the Rangers for a sec? We have the Red Ranger who was obsessed with finding his dad. We have the Pink Ranger who's obsessed with the Red Ranger. We have Riley who is obsessed with swords.
And he's really smart. He's more observant.
He's Kendall's basically a assistant.
Well, I wish they would hook up, but we're never going to get that.
It's funny because at the beginning it was Shelby and Kendall being the assistants. And then they decided, like, screw that, let's make it Riley in the 10th episode of Dino Charge. You have Chase, who's obsessed with every single girl. Notice how Chase is, okay, you have, what I've noticed, you have the Red and Pink Tyler and Shelby romance, like King and Amy romance. You have Tyler's father being gone. You have King's father being gone, but they both come back at some point during both seasons, in both shows. You have Riley, who's the swordsman. You have Chase, who is obsessed with every girl, and like has a different girlfriend each episode.
Well, that's more Ian.
That's more Ian, but it's like they're both obsessed with girls.
Yeah, Ian's more of a playboy. Chase has some class, but he's not bad at getting girls. Like literally, the joke with Ian and Kyoryuger is, "Sorry, I was late. I was on a date again with a different girl."
Sorry, I can't film the Megazord. I have a date.
Yeah, like that. He says that line plenty of times. But anyway, yeah. So,
and then the clone of him just
thought?
makes the butt joke about Amy in that clone scene.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, let's. I was telling my teacher about that, and he's like, "Ooh, yeah, this hentai sounds more. It sounds like it's directed towards kids, but has all adult continuity stuff."
Part of that. Well, I mean, it has like blood, cussing, and good acting too. The reason why is because Japan doesn't have. You know how like when you watch a TV show, it says like TV Y7 or TV 14. Yeah. It doesn't have that. They could show whatever the heck they want to kids. They could show rated R stuff to kids, or somewhat. That's why in Sentai they randomly cuss. Like, monsters say bull crap a lot, BS.
Yeah, but in Mystic Force they have Kureg saying hag a lot.
Really?
To Necroli. You have Heckle say scumbag.
Oh, that's become a meme apparently. That's like you what's the full line? You
fill in the scumbag traitor.
Yeah, that's become a meme. It's like, oh man, what? Hey, look, snide, villainous scumbag traitor helped out Sledge. Like that's his new name, just villainous scumbag traitor.
You know, someone is obsessed with Heckle when they have a figure of Snide on their desk. When they bought the watch, spent time to find the watch that he has to make it have Snide, and knows that line off by heart, and talks about Heckle a lot.
Yeah, I would literally just open up the watch. I'll just make a video, and I'll just say, "You villainous scumbag traitor," close it, and walk away.
Yeah, no, I found the watch and I bought it.
Wait, where? Where'd you buy it?
eBay.
Give me the link.
Give me the link to everything.
Anyway, we've gone off topic again. Final thoughts. They should drag out the plot lines longer and get rid of the filler. 'Cause it's not needed. I know it's a kid's show, but it's also Power Rangers.
What they need is the stupid candle keeper thing.
Yeah, we have no clue how they met.
Can we just point this out? Can I just point this out? You have, and this is my theory of the entire show. You have the Energems, which were lost when the dinosaurs went extinct, because the bomb blew up Keeper's ship, a hole in Keeper's ship, and released the asteroids. which
Oh, you mean Sledge's ship?
Sledge's ship, excuse me, making the asteroids hit Earth. Here's my theory: the Dino jumps were in one of those asteroids. And then because in Dino Thunder you have Tommy say these gems were found in the asteroid that destroyed Earth.
Yeah.
So it's like you have the continuity awkward thing, but it's like
yeah. Sense. I mean, I've been hearing rumors that Dino Charge might be a reboot because of the whole asteroid thing. I mean, it still killed all the dinosaurs, but it was done in a different way.
Thanks, you just extinct the dinosaurs, created a human race, but it's like, where was Keeper when? Shouldn't he have found Coda first?
Well, Coda was still frozen at the time.
No, but Coda found...
Oh, wait, no. Coda... Okay,
he's a caveman.
Coda was not alive when the dinosaurs went extinct, I don't think.
No, he wasn't, but it's like...
So maybe, later, afterwards.
Yeah, but, he could have found Coda before he decided to jump a CGI tiger and fall off cliff and freeze. So
Yep.
I just laugh at that scene. He freezes in a block of ice mid-falling, apparently.
I think that's the blue energem for bonding to him. He didn't freeze just yet. But I'll have to look at it again.
Is he just falling? Did they pull a mic him just falling till the ice age happened? Pun not intended. Mm-hmm. Okay, pun totally intended. But it's
we're kind of running a lot on time, so I'll just I'll say my quick final thoughts for it. My final thoughts, as I said, this is compared to Dino Charge, it's weak. The story needs to stop doing filler episodes, even in its own story episodes, because we've already had enough filler episodes. We have Riches and Rags. We have, that was the mid-season finale, and that had nothing to the plot other than Heckle trying to get the Energems. We have Silver Secret with the
and Phil coming in at the end.
We have Lord Arcanon being easily defeated by the Plasma Blast, which Xenowing claims the most powerful attack is the Plasma Blast when it's a Titano cannon. They easily get defeated because the footage of Singe and Screech and Conductrum actually save him and they escape. They cut that out. Sledge defeats Lord Arcanon, which was a badass scene, but Lord Arcanon should have been dragged out a little bit longer, but I guess we're running out of time. And most of that episode wasn't even Lord Arcanon. It was Warg. And I don't get me wrong. I love me a good Coda episode. I love the one with us catching some sun rays. But they need to get the fillers first, and then the later half. I don't think even Samurai and Super Megaforce had this problem. Super Samurai had the Serrator plot at the end. Super Megaforce had maybe not as strong because Emperor Mabra wasn't as strong of a character, but they had him come in. This is weak. I have no clue why. I don't know why they're crying. It may have something to do with Nickelodeon. It has nothing to do with Chip Lynn. But it's very disappointing. But I'm still going to miss Dino Charge, and I'm excited for the finale. Hopefully it's good as one more Energem from last year. I'm excited.
Watching it just sucks.
And I'm hoping it will be okay.
They better not pull a Legend War on us again.
I think they will. It will be miles better than the Legendary War and everything else.
I just want to point this out. Keeper was on Earth, correct?
Yes.
Where was he when all the other monsters were attacking?
Like I said, reboot maybe.
It's Keeper was just in some hole somewhere. So
I don't know. Maybe it's it's not my time yet. Sledge hasn't returned.
Sledge hasn't returned. I'll let the person that.
And then he's go say the Super Mega Force have stopped fighting. I guess it's my turn to shine.
It's my turn. Should I help the Mega Force Rangers? No. Wait, how come no one's found the end? It's you have 23 years of Power Rangers.
Yes.
The Energems are on Earth, scattered. And
They
no
don't want to
one
bond.
found
Maybe
the ender
maybe
gems
they
at all.
found them and maybe they found them and they're like, they're not bonding to me, or they're just like, this is some crystal and they leave it. If I saw that, I would keep it. I mean,
Like,
crystal.
It took me 2 years just to find the props.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Again,
I'm keeping
I
those.
think it's a reboot. I think it's a reboot.
It's definitely.
So anyway, yeah, those are our thoughts on the latest seasons, Dino Supercharged compared to Dino Charge. I'm SuperUnknownPerson.
Black Blade original.
And thank you guys for watching Black Blade's podcast featuring me. Catch you guys later.
Go check out his channel. The link's in the description. For people who don't know, he does fan morphs.
Mm-hmm.
He's appeared on my channel mainly for the fact
Many
of...
times recycled to blow you up. But that's your choice, not mine.
The choice to blow me up and the fact that I could criticize you on your morphing summonings.
Yeah, I appear in his channel like for a couple, like one fan morph. We are actually going to do an official collab. It's not going to be a recycled video of mine.
No.
But that was just for fun. So
apparently people like those recycled videos.
Yeah.
It's literally, I have the machine that recycles monsters, but I recycle videos.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed.
I hope you guys enjoyed.